Hey, welcome to another episode of Chan's Beer Reviews. The last beer of all macro beer review month, even though it's actually a bonus, because today's March 3rd. So, this was the most requested beer. Everybody kept telling me, you gotta do this one. So, I went out and got it. millercoors Spirited Golden Lager. If I knew which way it was up. Well, I mean, it's more of an amber lager than golden. Has a nice. It looks copper on camera. It's more of it's like pure amber, like honey color. The head did come up to here, but fizzled away. It's kind of a foamy off-white or whatever. Smells like pretty typical lager. See, what I'm wondering what they're going for on this is Miller's answer to the Budweiser Black Crown. I mean, as far as marketing goes, it kind of looks. I mean, like this is a spade, like the other one's a king. It's kind of like a card, card thing. The Miller Fortune Budweiser Black Crown. Rate Beer has this out as a malt liquor, but I'm not sure if it really is. Well, the ABV is pretty high, so maybe it is. But let's see if it has anything in the taste. Cheers. That's way too flavorful to be a malt liquor. Well, sort of. Yeah, this is. It's definitely not a clone. Well, really, I don't think macro breweries clone each other's beers unless you count every fizzy yellow beer ever. Yeah, it's not quite identical to Budweiser Black Crown. This is a lot stronger than that. I think that was only 5.5. This is almost 7%. The first thing I noticed as soon as it hit my tongue was that it's quite sweet. It has a kind of like a honey caramel flavor, and like it tastes like an ale up front, but then on the back end, you just get all. It does actually kind of taste. It has like that malt liquor, like kind of corn grittiness to it, and that just kind of like tang. Yeah, that's it's interesting. And it's almost a little disappointing because that first half right there, that sweetness, I I actually really dig that. I don't know where it's coming from. I mean, you saw my blog today. I said, the things I learned about from doing a month of all macro beer reviews is that, macro breweries, especially on their lagers, they never list the hops and malts that they use, and they're all just very generic, like vague descriptions. I would love to know like what exactly goes into these beers, and like what are they going for exactly. Well, I mean they're going for cheap beers that people want to buy. Do not really taste the alcohol, which is nice. Must be a pretty high attenuating yeast. I don't know where that sweetness is coming from. I wonder if that's actual genuine malt flavor, or if it's like corn syrup or just like sugar that they add to the mash to get the higher ABV off there. It does not have that nasty, cardboardy, corn flavor like a lot of the ice beers and things like that. It's kind of slightly sweet, cleaner flavor, though it does have that lager tang on the back end. It's really smooth. Mouth feels like kind of thick. It's calm. It goes down smooth. It'll get a little bit of the CO2 stuck in the throat. I would not call the beer refreshing. It doesn't feel like a 7%, well, 6.9% beer. I mean, it drinks like maybe like a sub 6%, like, well, it's not malty enough to be an amber ale. I guess it does kind of drink like an amber lager. That's probably what I would consider it. It's not a very good beer. I might even not even call it a good beer at all. It's not a bad beer though. It's definitely better than some of the other macros that I've had this month. So let's rate it on Rate Beer. Aroma, I mean, there wasn't much there in the aroma. Doesn't smell bad. It has like a real faint generic lager taste, but it's not bad. It's just not really hardly anything there. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 on aroma. Appearance, love the color. Disappointed it didn't hold the head. Tiny little touch of lacing. Consistently carbonated. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 on appearance. Taste, well, like I said, first half is actually pretty good. Second half, not terrible, but not great. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 on taste. Palate, well, it's smooth. It doesn't feel as heavy as it is, so it's, really drinkable. It should have more flavor, though, for this big of a body. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 on palate. It might be a little bit generous. Overall, let's say 12 out of 20, maybe 13. I'll give it a 12 and a half. Yeah, you know what? I'll give it a 13. That's a 3.0, which is a 5 out of 10 on my scale. Like I said, it's not bad. It's not good. There's stuff to like about it, but there's stuff to dislike about it. So there you go. Miller Fortune, 5 out of 10 from me, Chad's Beer Reviews. And thanks everybody who requested this one. Hope you liked the review. Hope you sort of agree with it or something. This is the last video beer review for quite a while. Well, maybe a week or so. I'm taking at least a week off, maybe 10 days or 2 weeks. And we're going to come back with some real good craft beer reviews. Although it's just, if you want to see actual craft beer reviews, I'll probably post a real one in text form on my blog tomorrow night. So check for that. And, I don't know. These video beer reviews are going to be a lot more infrequent now, especially after doing 33 straight days of them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you around. Cheers.